Hi everyone, it's Denise from Dobby Books, and today I want to take a minute to show all of you my pile of possibilities for Historathon Quarter 2. So the one thing that I will continue to be using throughout this time is my Street Through Time book, and we've already gone through up to 500. So now my streets are going to look like, I'm going to find the right page for you. Now my street's going to look like this, or my town. Hope I've got it right. So this is what it looks like in 600 AD. And then, I hope that was straight for you. This is what it will look like in the 1500s. Same section. So I can keep using that. And the next book I'm going to use, let me try to put this in order here. A general history would be The Bright Ages, A New History of Medieval Europe by Matthew Gabriele and David M. Perry. This book came out a little while ago. I remember wanting it when I first saw it, but I just couldn't get it at that time. The copyright on this is 2021. So this is now about 5 years old. And it has a very positive light on the Middle Ages, and I wanted to see what the authors had captured and decided to emphasize on this. This is by Harper Perennial, and the table of context, I can't even say that today, covers quite a few things. So let me show it to you really quickly here so you can get a glimpse of what's covered in the table of contents, the events or people that the authors have chosen to highlight in this particular book. And it's about, excluding the index, this book is around, I'm almost there. It's 278 pages. So it's a very manageable read. So there's this one. And then the next one, another narrative, would be Mysteries of the Middle Ages and the Beginning of the Modern World by Thomas Cahill. This is one of, I believe, the 4 books in the Hinges of History series that he wrote. Another title you may be familiar with is How the Irish Saved Civilization. The other one was Wine Dark Sea. Sailing the Wine Dark Sea. Desire of the Everlasting Hills. And the other one is The Gifts of the Jews. So all in all, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books total. So there were 5 books in this Hinges of History series. This is a publication by Anchor Books. And I have to say, I have not found it. The other books are very plain compared to this. They're smaller. They're like this size. But this one on the Middle Ages is completely different. And my only guess for that is because they wanted it to look like, let's say, an illuminated text that you would see in the Middle Ages. I'm trying to get to the big, look, see some of the pages? And I'm wondering if the publishers didn't make this book bigger specifically because they wanted to format it in the way you would an illuminated text. I haven't heard anything other than that. Here's the beginning of one. I just haven't heard anything specific about why this particular book in the Hinges series was made to look so different than all the other books. But if anybody might have a inkling to that, I'd love to find out. Just, leave a comment. I want to know. So there's this one, Hinges of History, Mysteries of the Middle Ages by Thomas Cahill. And then the next one, this one I have in a folio edition. I finally got it in a paperback edition, which I feel much more comfortable reading. Is the Book of Margery, Kempe, a new translation by Anthony Bale. And this is an Oxford World Classics edition. And this was, let me see, I have here circa 1373 to 1439, 1430s England, biography memoir. I scribble stuff like that. This on the first pages of a lot of my books because I organize them chronologically, so I have the dates on here to help me do that. And the Book of Margery, Kempe is the extraordinary account of a medieval wife, mother, and mystic known as the earliest autobiography written in the English language. So there's that little snippet there. And this, if I exclude notes, it is 229 pages. Another very doable read, at least for me. Because you know me, I'm the snail who loves to read, so I can only go so fast. All right, and then this next one is what would go under the category of a primary source, is the log of Christopher Columbus. And this is his own account of the voyage that changed the world in the acclaimed new translation by Robert H. Fuson. It's a McGraw-Hill publication. So it starts in 1492. It finishes in 1493. And it starts with the outward voyage and the date from August to October, the discovery of the Bahamas, then the discovery of Cuba, the discovery of Hispaniola, and the homeward voyage. And this is a used book, so the parts of it are already highlighted, which bugs the heebie-jeebies out of me, but here are some actual photos excerpts from the original. And I love how they use maps throughout. So they're letting you know, these look like the oldest map of the New World. Look at this. But they also have pictures here, contemporary descendants of Columbus's Caribbean Indians. So what's interesting, this book looks like it's more of a something you would share with kids in school so they could see, you know, get more of a what's the word? A realistic picture of what it was like for Christopher Columbus and what the world was like then, which is just super neato. So this has got cool stuff. I'm showing you this. This is a map with sea monsters in it, so you're aware. So again, this is my other possibility. I love primary sources. I prefer primary sources. So this is definitely going to be read, at least partially. And I'm not quite here in my Middle Ages study. I'm traveling towards that. So if I don't read all of it now, I'm okay, because I'll be reading all of it when I get to this point in my own history studies. And then finally, this other book is, let me see, Margery Kempe is a biography and memoir, so that is not under a narrative history. This one here is a, I guess, poetry, literature, etc. And this is the Divine Comedy. The date on this is, it says 4th century. It's completed in 1321. So I'm still within range on this one. And I think what I want to do is all these books that I have here, I want to read in chronological order. The narrative histories will be a little bit harder to do that, But just me being me and kind of anal, I would like to read these books in their chronological order. There we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus my street through time. So that makes it 6 possibilities for Historathon quarter 2. All right, so we'll see. April, May. We'll see what happens in June, if my reading improved since this first quarter reading, and what I've got. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. Don't forget to press that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in just a few days. Bye-bye.